Hey, and welcome back to A Rhett Mountain Life, where we adventure, build, and explore. Join me this week as I go ski touring and winter camping in the Wyoming backcountry, create a little bit of a fire, and sleep out in a bit of a snowstorm. Thanks for coming out. Hey, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm out here in Lander, Wyoming today. It is a snowy day, and just kind of exploring the town. I'm going to go up to Jackson for a few days and do some skiing up there. I decided between doing a sufferfest or doing a fun trip, and this time around a fun trip won out. See what we get into tonight, but maybe I'll find a spot to go camp out or something like that. Just depends. I've been feeling a little under the weather the past few days. For some reason I keep going on trips when I'm getting sick. Should be fun. And Lander, Wyoming, I haven't been here in years, so kind of a cool town. If you haven't been there, you should go and check it out. All right, I'm headed up to the North Wind River Range area, just coming down over Du Bois into Jackson, and just going to camp up there tonight and see if I can find a good spot up in the snow and do a little bit of snow camping before I have my little more cushy skiing vacation overall. Which I rarely do that, but it's fun to get away and kind of be able to do that. So right now, it's kind of going through the hilly areas of Wyoming. Got some of the bigger peaks of the winds in the background there. And you'll see that in just a little bit. All right, getting packed up here just at the north end of the Wind River Range, and hopefully gonna out in the trees a little bit and go camp. Just gonna tour out there. The snow's pretty deep. You're post holding most of the way, so I'll probably put on the skis and we're out. Just gonna set up camp, and hopefully we're supposed to get somewhat of a snowstorm tonight. I don't know how much, but up here it could be a lot. It always depends. Have a little bit of snow tonight, and it should be a little bit chilly, so it should be a good night. So if you're not familiar with these are called skins, and what they do is they go hook onto your skis at the tip there, and then you have these little glue savers in between. And so what it is it's sort of like a retractable glue that allows you to pretty easily put the skins on and then take them off of your skis to be able to go downhill. Not some amazing mountain historian or anything, but my understanding is that the original intent was they used seal skins, and so what they would do is the bristles of the seal skin would actually catch on to the snow crystals. So the one side would slide smoothly, and then the other side would brush back. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like a carpet. And so one side this way goes smooth, and this way has friction and resistance. So that'll catch the snow crystals and allows you to go uphill at a really steep angle, honestly. So that's a way to travel in the backcountry. And what you do is, you have a loop, and that clips in, then the heel goes freely like that. You can also clip that heel in, which works really well. Then you can go downhill with it and get a full alpine ski. I'm also going to take my -40 bag out tonight. Just make sure I stay pretty warm. It's going to be chilly, I'm guessing. It's not crazy cold, but not like a few weeks ago. I camped out in, didn't record this one, but I camped out in -13 it got down to out in Colorado. And just at work, and figured I'd give this -40 bag. It's a little bit newer to me. I haven't had a -20 for years, but figured I'd give it a test, and it was unbelievable. I was not cold at all. This thing is like a giant marshmallow, like I've said before, but it packs down just to a pretty reasonable size. As far as a full bag, my goodness, this thing is full winter expedition bag. This thing is pretty pretty small, pretty lightweight sport. It goes on there, and you can get this thing about half the size. And there you go, -40 bag in certainly the small end of a backpack. I'll have my backpack with me. It's one of these gear holder bags. It's very pretty, obviously. Different weathering patterns in Colorado, a lot of the Colorado mountains. All right, gonna get going here soon. Just started out doing a little skiing. So in case you were wondering how the skins work on this downhill track, or downhill, it's not, doesn't show you, but what happens is, you can see my heel comes up, and those skins do a good job just tracking out and gripping that snow, but it allows me to slide forward still, which is pretty cool. We'll go a little ways back here and see there's a good spot to dig out and put up a little bit of a camp. Well, I said I wasn't moving very far today, and only went in a couple 100 yards. Cove in here, and I'm guessing we can find a pretty good little camping spot where we can still see the peaks out here. It's always an important thing, make sure you're not camping out on something that's, you know, gonna kill you. It is leaning that way. We'll see what else we can find. This is one of your must-haves for winter camping or backcountry skiing. You'd have a snow shovel. It works all right. I'm gonna carve out a little area where the tent is going to dig down a bit, and then get the tent filled up. You can hear off in the distance the guys snow moving. We're building up a little wind wall over here. It gets real windy. Looks like there's some of the storm's coming in. I'm getting dug out probably just in time here. I've only got a little 2-man mountaineering tent. It's got a room. You can hear some snow machinery in the background. I'm not too far from the truck, so I may end up doing dinner back at the truck. When you get down to some of this loose snow, I've got about a foot to the ground here. See, I've dug out maybe 3 feet. You can stomp it out with your skis or your snowshoes. See, I made a little turnaround area. There you go. All right. Snow's just starting to move in. So this is a mountaineering tent. That is an internal pitch. There's some little pockets and pins on the inside that you hit them in. Then it's actually a much stronger setup than wind and snow because of this internal pitch. This is one of those silly fancy things that really no one should probably actually need camping, but it does make it nice. It is a cover for your pad. It has a little pillow spot on it. You can stuff clothes under to make a pillow. it sits up into a chair as well. Thermarest used to make it years ago. Normally I like a thicker steak, but it's just easy to do the thin pieces. See, the weather keeps kind of passing around here. Alright, it's starting to loosen daylight here, but if you've ever seen one of these little pillows before, they pack down like really, really small. Not a necessity by any means, but I like them. They're like 4 ounces, so it's worth having the pillow for me. It's got this little one-way valve. You just blow it up. Nice and easy. Not a promotion or anything, but these saws are pretty nice for the backcountry. A whole lot cheaper than some of the other big brands too. Like a Samurai Ichiban or something. Terrible at pronouncing it, but it's been a great backcountry saw. And I do have a fire starter with me. And for those of you that say that's cheating, I literally heat my home with a fire in a wood stove every night. And I found I used to start from scratch, and I used to really try to go, I'm going to do it perfectly pure from the start. And I got a blowtorch on one of these, and it was great. Never went back. I'm going to do a little fire in here. Alright, well, got all packed up for the night, and I'm in here with the sleeping bag, and I brought this, because it wasn't far from the truck, I brought this Ryobi lamp. I wouldn't ever bring that backpacking, but it wasn't too far. It's starting to snow a little bit. Like, as I got in the tent, it started snowing, which was kind of nice to be able to just get in here, and maybe I'll wake up covered. Maybe it'll only be a little dusting. Who knows? I'm going to go to bed, listen to some podcasts maybe, and fall asleep to just the snow falling. I will see you guys in the morning. Well, hey, good morning. Slept actually incredibly well last night. Best I've slept in a long time. For some reason, winter camping just makes me really enjoy and pass out sleeping. Especially wasn't cold at all. This bag keeps me warm. I guess it got down to 0. Still tired, you can see. A little bit of snow. I was knocking it off all night, so when we go out there, we'll see how much snow we actually got. My guess is it was kind of a dusting. I haven't even looked out the door yet. So getting packed up and head the half mile or so back to the truck. That'll be it for the camping part of the day. I'm gonna go have my cushy ski vacation in Jackson, which maybe I'll film a little bit of that too. Alright, let's get a first look at the out of doors here today. Oh, still a couple flurries coming down. You can get a ton, just a little dusting, I think. Hardest part is always getting out of your sleeping bag when you're camping. It's just a whole process, and it's kind of chilly and you're warm and you have to muster up some courage to do that, and then I should be good for the day. Get moving here in a bit. In a single wall tent like this, it gets messy packing up sometimes in the morning, because single wall tents, while they're very weatherproof, they also don't breathe as well as a double wall tent. So single wall means that there's one single wall here and it is filled with a waterproof membrane, but it doesn't breathe as well, just like your Gore-Tex type jacket or waterproof jacket. You'll notice you get a lot hotter and stuffier in that. Same with a single wall tent. Vented it all night, but you still get a lot of condensation and ice buildup on the walls. So just something to be thinking about when you're purchasing a tent. You have different tents for different things. This is my tight two-man, one-man mountaineering tent that I have, and it works really well for this, but it's not something that I'd want to have in like the deep south or something like that where it's real humid. But Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, some Alaska, pretty good for all that. Well, I wish there was just one tent you could buy that works for everything, and you can make it work, I'm sure. Any of this you can make it work, but it's just the level of, if you're out there for 2-3 weeks or more, you can make anything work for a night or two, but if you're out there for 2-3 weeks or more on a trip or course or whatever you're doing, you really want to have the right gear as much as possible. And this stuff gets expensive. I know it does. I worked as an outdoor instructor for many years, doing different stuff for high schools, colleges. So I know it gets costly. Very well aware of that. And unless you're doing it every day, sometimes you don't have I was doing it every day, I'm not anymore. But sometimes you don't have the will or the money to put towards, hey, I'm just going to go buy this $1,000 sleeping bag. Like, that's insane. But, when you need it, you need it. There are plenty of other sleeping bags you can get 0 degrees that are in that like under $200 range. You can do it. It depends on what level of regularity you're doing this with and what you really want out of it. You gotta flip these up to walk mode so that your toe pins don't come out. I am headed out here from the campsite, headed about, half mile maybe back to the truck. The mountains are kind of peeking out back over there. Really pretty weathered mountains out here up in northern Wyoming. I am headed out here from the campsite, headed about, half mile maybe back to the truck. If you like the content, if you enjoyed that trip at all, and more like it, then like, subscribe, all those things, and join us again. Until next time, good to see you, and thanks for stopping by and watching.